So we have a bar magnet, which has a south and a north pole. Have a can of iron filings. I put it underneath the transparency, so I'm not going to make a mess. And I'm going to sprinkle that over the top of the magnet. And what's going to be revealed is we're going to see the magnetic field that surrounds the magnet. There we go. So we can see this magnetic field. We can see how we have these lines of magnetism. And the area where we see these lines is called the magnetic field. And so in this, typically the lines that we're seeing, they're looping, they're moving from the North Pole to the South Pole. And that's the magnetic field that surrounds this bar magnet. And again, the iron filings, when I put them on there, will reveal that magnetic field. This is the area where the magnet will influence other metals, like iron, obviously, because this is made out of iron, but there's cobalt and nickel that are also would be attracted to this bar magnet. So in this setup, we can see that I have the opposite ends, or the poles lined up to the south and the north, and we should know from elementary school that they're going to attract. So I got them as close as possible so they're not sticking together. So this is the setup. Let's see what happens with the iron filings. So this does reveal, you can see the magnetic field and the influence, but the part that I really kind of wanted to show was that right here in between, we can see how the iron filings are all getting trapped because this is an area of attraction, opposites attract. And so a lot of these iron filings are filling in this gap in between. And so this reveals the magnetic field, especially when the opposites are facing each other. So now our setup is the opposite of what we had before. We have the lichens facing each other. Let's take a look what happens when I sprinkle the iron filings. There we go. So again, the magnetic field is revealed. Now we're seeing that in this area in between, the iron filings kind of got pushed away. We don't see any iron filings in that center area right there. And we can see that when we have likes facing each other, they actually repel or push apart. And so this is an area where everything's kind of pushing away from each other. I know that some collected on the ends there, but this little magnetic area right there, we're seeing that they actually, or that magnetic field in this point, is everything's getting pushed away or repelled.